Compliments of the season to all our viewers and listeners, wherever you are watching us from. In this season, when it's expected that we'll focus on sharing messages of goodwill and also reaching out to one another and sharing the love of Christ, a number of issues, disturbing occurrences have taken place which are compelling us or compelling me on behalf of Patriotic Front to speak to. One, it is very shocking that a minister who has been caught in another scandal after the first one, where the president shielded and covered him, which, regardless of what the Zambian people said, and the different stakeholders said, in demanding that the due process is undertaken and the investigations are undertaken by law enforcers, the president decided to make a declaration that he was satisfied by the explanation by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. This time around, a scandal that would have warranted the president directing law enforcers to follow through. Now we're getting a report that the president has decided to simon him. Does that imply that the president, when it comes to UPND officials and those of his members of cabinet and his government, he is going to be the police, he's going to be the SEC, he's going to be the Drug Enforcement Commission, and therefore they cannot move unless he has done his investigation and come to a conclusion whether or not there's an offense there. And as it has always been, whenever the UPND, starting with the president, has been caught pants down in their corrupt activities, they always create a disruption or distraction. In this case, they have hatched a plan to try and go and raid the former president's residence, suggesting that there are materials and articles, seditious and otherwise, that they want to suggest they are looking for. We know there's nothing there. We know that they have found him as an easy tool they would want to use to divert attention from real issues that the Zambian people are focused on. During this season, it has been very telling that the economy truly has affected the people of Zambia deeply. They have failed to celebrate their Christmas. They don't know how they're going to cross over into the new year. Schools will be opening in a few weeks. People are having high blood pressure because there's no really money or hope for them to generate income to pay for school fees. This so-called free education that they boast about is only up to a certain stage in terms of grades. But even then, we know the challenges that this has come with. The people of Zambia have been tortured, they continue to be tortured. Beyond that, we are having incidences like police harassing our Member of Parliament for Chitambo, Honorable Chanda Mutale, who, from the time that Parliament adjourned, he has been in the constituency attempting to have developmental meetings, CDF meetings, but the police has been on his neck through and through, against the provisions of the law, against multiple rulings from the courts, including on the floor of Parliament by the Speaker, that a Member of Parliament does not require to even notify the police, we still get permission from the police to hold meetings. That development has been undertaken to disadvantage Patriotic Front members of Parliament in executing their duties and explaining the development that they are taking in their respective constituencies. That is very sad, and we want to condemn, as Patriotic Front, those activities by the police. Chitambo leave the member of parliament alone. And other constituencies where the police have been harassing our members of parliament. We, of course, are pursuing matters to do with the sham process of nomination for members, for councillors in Mwasabombwe, Nikayo, in Mpika, and in Shwangando, where the ECZ has exhibited all the fears, or manifested all the fears that the Zambian people raised when the cadres of UPND were appointed as commissioners. Madam, Mangala Zaromis, McDonald Chipenzi, and others who are non-UPND cadres. They have paralyzed the institution. It's no longer following the law. It is actually just following and obeying, orders from those in the executive. And we see the UPND celebrating what is rumored to be happening in DRC, where there are suggestions that the incumbent there has indicated that you refuse to concede defeat. And they think that that can be replicated in Zambia. We want to warn the UPND. DRC is a different jurisdiction altogether. But in Zambia, such rumors and such tricks can never work. Misaka in the Ichrema must begin to prepare himself to pack. The good thing is that he decided not even to get into State House. He should be prepared to pack that chair he moves around with, for whatever reason, whether it's juju or whatever. He should prepare to get that chair and a few files, because he has done nothing. I don't think even the files in the drawers can, be one that he needs to pack more than, 5-10 minutes, because he has achieved nothing. There are not even files to talk about. He must prepare himself to leave and concede defeat, because the Zambian people have already resolved that because he has really tormented all of us. He keeps on trying to suggest that through his proxies, that issues to do with the tribalism, he wants to attribute it to Patriotic Front. A tribal political party that is known in this country is UPND. And a tribalist that we know in this country is Mr. Nakacinda Ichrema. What he says, what he has done, the appointments he has made, even just a simple question about his relationship with Vice President. The statement that he issued only goes to speak that is coming from deep down his heart, the heart of a tribalist. How can you start suggesting, if the people say that you, Mr. Nakacinda Ichrema, you are not the right president, then you want to invite the entire tribe that you come from, that they are saying that the Tongas are the ones that people don't want to be president? No, bwana. Nduo like, ngo amba kutevo, tori president because we are too pay. Choba amba vena Zambia. So when they say Mr. Nakacinda Ichrema are tribalists, it doesn't mean that all Tongas are tribalists. Yes, we know that there are tribalists in every tribe, every dialect. But when you single out an individual, doesn't mean it is the entire tribe. They are good people in Southern Province. Southern Province has produced brilliant leaders like him, Mainza Chona, Elijah Mudenda, Anderson Mazoka, Venon Mwanga, Ben Mwinga. These were fantastic leaders coming from Southern Province. Nobody had any complaint. How is it that you, being singled out to be a tribalist, you want to get all of us implicated by that? Tuamuga Girabadara. Let your sins follow you as an individual. And this language of wanting to suggest, who are you, to be thinking that you're the only one who can produce a president. If they have brilliant fellows in that region, they can produce as many presidents as they can, because they have possibly the quality that is required for that office. You have embarrassed us, especially that you want to purport to be the first to be president. Though we have produced vice presidents, we have produced prime ministers who have performed very well from Southern Province. So to Agagamaganaya, this that is going on should not be tolerated. Of course, we're going to come with a full press briefing to deal with all these matters, but it was just important that we preempt this attempt to go and raid the former president's residence for Zambian people to know. May God bless, and thank you very much.